So Jeff Clark, I'm the director of our gaming, esports, and VR team. Focused on business strategy and planning. Been in this space for about 4 years. Really seen in just that short period of time a lot of evolution. In the gaming market, it's going through a period of what I would say is almost hyper change. So a lot of evolution in the usage model, and then esports, I think, as another really interesting global phenomenon, layered on top of gaming that brings yet more still excitement, enthusiasm, and energy for gaming, PC gaming in particular.
Right now, there's a big conversation about the advantages of a closed versus open ecosystem in esports. As a sponsor for both type of events, what is Intel able to add to this conversation?
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned that gaming, esports, there's been a lot of change. The pace of change, the pace of innovation has really accelerated in last years, and we're certainly seeing in esports different business models being experimented with. You mentioned the open ecosystem, which has sort of been the traditional business model in esports, with big players like Valve and Dota, and CSGO, which have been open games for a long time. And now you have North American LCS and Overwatch League with a more closed or vertical type of league structure. I think it's actually really exciting for the esports industry to have these new types of structures and organizations. It shows that there's a lot of thought going into what's best for esports, what's best for the fans, what's best for the players, how do we evolve it. As I think about Intel and what our role is in this space, we do view ourselves as kind of like stewards of the industry. We have a neutral position. Our position is first and foremost about our technology. That's our ethos, so to speak. We want to be at the very core, at the very center, at the very heart of delivering the very best high quality esports experiences. It doesn't matter what kind of league or what kind of structure we're talking about. We want to be a part of it wherever esports goes, however it grows. We want to be the technology that powers it.
What are some of the specific ways Intel works with game companies and tournament organizers to bring its technologies into the games, but also to showcase their competitions?
Yeah, so I mean, we in the last year, 2017, we did enter into a exclusive contract with ESL to be their technology provider for esports. So in addition to just being a sponsor for Intel Extreme Masters, being a sponsor for ESL One, we are providing all of the back-end technology. That's the things you don't necessarily see. It's the behind-the-scenes technology, client to cloud, and all of the technology in between. We do work directly with the game developers and the publishers. In the case of a Blizzard, for example, been working with them for years to optimize the games for the PC environment. We work with the developers to help them reduce the development cycles. Games are incredibly ambitious and expensive endeavors nowadays. I mean, so that's where we might see things like AI come into play, artificial intelligence to help developers develop their games and do it more efficiently, do it more effectively, and introduce more capabilities and features into the game itself. And then thinking about the future, how's the game going to evolve? How's esports going to evolve? What are some of the emerging trends and technology or experiences, and how can we deliver the right set of technology to enable those?
Finally, is Intel at this stage looking to invest anywhere within the esports industry?
Yeah, I mean, we've certainly increased our level of investment internally in terms of the resources and financial investments that we're making in and around gaming. We're definitely evaluating different opportunities to either partner and or invest. I can't talk about any specific opportunities at this point, but you might know enough about Intel to know that we've got a group called ICAP, right? So we've got an investment group inside of Intel that goes out and looks at different companies in different segments. So we've got one looking at gaming and esports, and we see some potential investment opportunities, may or may not get into in the future, expand our footprint in this space broader than it is today, and hopefully realize some of the benefits of growth that we're seeing in esports. Yeah, we will evaluate. We'll evaluate. But yeah, there's a lot of companies doing some really cool and interesting stuff in esports right now.